1222. Okay. So we're just getting this set up to stream on both now. So I'm streaming on Twitch and also now we're streaming on YouTube. I'm just trying to get all this sorted out. I need to chat. Why is it? Action cannot be performed in this live stream live system. Chat browser. And this is where it worked before. Okay. See. So now let's just set. Go live in there. Okay, that's worked. Alright. Okie dokie. Now we're sort of getting somewhere. Alright, slowly getting things worked out. So we are streaming live on Twitch. We are now also streaming live on YouTube. Okay. So if I get a browser source, copy that. That browser source over in here. Let's see what happens. And then new source, browser source. Where's browser source? I used to know this so well. Where is the browser source from? This one, video, I know, we don't want that. Image, media file, we want a URL, browser source, okay, add that, and it's going to be a new one, I'll put banner. Banner, source, that, 1920 by 1080. No. Okay, forget it. I will just do that. Just to get it sorted out. And we now will just have to move this a bit. Right. Now close it out. Okay. Good for now. Can we lock that in? How do we lock this down now? This is all changed. Let's see. We're supposed to be descending. We are. We've got to keep our eyes on that too. Right, so... Oh, they're locked in. Lock in. Yep. Spot. Spot. Right. Okay. Right. Back in a minute. So this is quite interesting now. So I'm streaming now on YouTube and Twitch at the same time, but I've got to set up this YouTube one a little bit better. So we'll have to get around to doing that. Right, so we are streaming on both, which is looking good. Okay, now as for my approach, we've got to do this approach in here because otherwise we're going to fall behind on things. So 1020. Turn that couple off. We don't want that on. Right. That's 1019. 1019. Temperature is 23. Right. We should be okay to keep descending now. Gonna have a look at the approach into here as well. So I'm gonna get our charts. As long as we don't run out of memory now and start crashing. Oh, oceanic tracks now. Oh, cool. Very good. Right. Yeah, I think that lags too much there, so I'm going to have to do it the other way. Alright. Welcome to YouTube. Those on YouTube, I've just started streaming this on YouTube. I'm also streaming on Twitch, so we're still getting the YouTube side of it set up. It's been a long time since I've actually done streaming like this on YouTube, so please hang in there. We'll get set up. We're about to land into Whit Sundays. We're using Say Intentions, we're using FSFO and a few other things as well. We are 23 minutes late on schedule. Not good. Okay, now what was I doing? So I've got to pull this out of here for a minute. Up here, actually. I think I could do this. One there. Got a little stuck. Okay, that's all right. We'll just leave it like that for now. No, that there. So Now I've just lost the other one. There, like I said, just then over here, do that, Gotta bring it up again. Okie dokie, I'll just leave it like that for now. Because what I'm trying to, what was I going to do? Yes, that's right. So I need to go back to my browser, which I had over here. Yes. This up here, there. Okay, go back over to the Linux charts. Back to right. Okay. Now arrival. Should be sector A, sector B, sector B. Sector B we're arriving from, so what does that say? Oh. B, let's see, so it'll be B, but 24K, 830, that's the actual aerodrome. QNH 5,000 by IAF, 5,100 by IAF, so
approach flow.
Alright.
Transition altitude. Set. Approach checklist. Altimeters 1013 checked.
So
seatbelt signs on. Minimums 200 checked. Auto brakes set. Engine mode set. Approach checklist completed. Passing 10,000 feet.
Okay, alright, so we got to get our QNH and all that. It says 560 on nav 560. Okay, something's dinging. What's dinging?
Go ahead.
Cabin prepared for arrival. No irregularities to report.
Roger.
Okay, so what was the winds are 110, it's 110. That's 110 at 16. Temperature is what do we say? 23. That's fine. That's in. That's in. That's in. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna have to go down now to about 3. Down to about 3. So welcome into YouTube, guys. If you are, we're now streaming live on both Twitch and YouTube at the same time. Don't know how this is going to go. It seems to be draining a bit of power out of my gear here, my USB port or something. Uh-oh. My Wing AGP is flashing on me. Why are you flashing on me? And it just disconnected. Why did, and my wing gear just all disconnected? Don't do this to me. Don't tell me I'm going to have to use a different computer for streaming on YouTube as well. Didn't have any problems till I started up the stream for YouTube. It must be draining too much memory to stream on both platforms. Right. Yeah. Come on, where's my AGP? Come on, back to life. So yes, didn't have any issues with the wing stuff through the USB hubs until I started streaming on YouTube at the same time. So now the AGP is not coming to life. Alright, controller will come back. Just trying to get everything back online. There we go. Come on. Come on, AGP. Come on, AGP. AGP still not coming back online yet. Okay, Map Pro. Alright, what's going on here? Where's my AGP? No, didn't connect. Alright. Cut it down. Map Pro. See what's going on.
Flaps up.
Come on. I might have to plug the AGP into a different thing. Come on. There we go. Alright. Where's the AGP? There it is. Okay. Alright. So if you've just joined me on YouTube, we're still setting up the stream on YouTube. We're streaming live on Twitch and YouTube now at the same time. I'm trying to. It seems like I might not have enough memory though to stream on both at the same time. So we'll see what's going on here. Then if we can't get it stable, but we'll see what we're going. That's the first time I've tried to do a double stream. So alright, so there we go. Alright, got that back up and running. Okay, alright, cabin pressure has got an issue at the moment or something like that. Where are we? 4,000 descending. Let's go down to 2. Alright, that's fine, that's running, that's okay. Yep, we can change that, that's good. The clock's running. I noticed it didn't set up my captain. Okay, what's going on with this one? Yeah. Now the radio's not working. Come on. Seriously. Looks like maybe I can't do a dual stream. Looks like I might have to do one or the other until I get more memory in my computer. Or set up another computer to stream. Which, yeah, probably do that anyway. Alright, let's see how we go. Alright, now we got everything working. Yep, alright, okay. A little bit of lag, but yes. Okay, that's working, that's working. That's working. Okay, good. Alright. Right. Now, okay. Oh, gotta get... Oh, we got some turbulence or haywire going on there. I think this happens occasionally because of icing, I'm not sure. But the instruments go a little bit nuts from time to time. Right, we'll clear that. And then do that. And do our arrival because we didn't do it. Right. So it's the RNAV 11.
2000.
Insert. Alright, so where are we? Oops. Okay, not allowed. Alright, direct to... Oops. Damn it. Losing control here. Not getting it worked out. PR2WM. Alright, That's not working. Why is that not working? We gotta do heading track first. Alright, that. Clear that out. No, it's not allowed. Alright, well there's our runway right there, so we've got to go to direct. So we can do this. Insert. Come back. Oh man. Alright, I have to do a heading change. Do this a little bit manually to get my bearings correct. Alright, so we're on approach. We'll bring flaps 1.
Flaps 1.
Arm the spoilers.
Speed brake armed.
There's flaps 2.
Flaps 2.
Put gear down.
Gear down.
Okay, BR2WY. Alright, we'll wait till we get a little bit of distance out here. Flat 3.
Flaps 3.
Right, so everything seems to be going
Landing
right
flow.
now. But yes, I think I'm
Landing
probably going to need
checklist.
more memory to do
Missed
a
altitude.
dual stream like this.
Set.
Spoilers.
Armed.
ECAM.
Landing. No blow.
Landing checklist completed.
Alright, full flaps.
Flaps full.
So we're 37 minutes late. Alright. Not a great start. Alright, autopilot off. Alright, runway in sight. Think about
Cabin crew
cross-
prepare for landing.
The thing about Prosperine is it's a little bit, all the wet Sundays, it's a very tricky approach, especially on runway 11 because it's got trees. Bloody, might have to use a different USB port, I think, for my AGP. It seems to be drawing too much power and it's not getting enough power, I think, so I'll have to try a different USB on that one.
400.
Sync rate.
Minimums.
200.
Continue.
Too low. Terrain.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard.
Oh, don't do that. Don't chunk it at the last minute. Okay, we got sound back. Alright, so we lost our sound then at the last minute. I just had to disconnect the Go XLR and plug it back in. So yeah, don't know if I've got enough memory or power to do a dual stream, but we seem to have more viewers on the YouTube than I do on Twitch, so maybe I'll just continue to stream on YouTube and we might end the stream on Twitch. Pretty good actually. I noticed there's a few people there watching, so we're doing this setup test stream for YouTube guys, so bear with us while we do this. We are streaming live on Twitch as well, but I decided I'd try and do a dual stream, but I don't think my system can handle it. That was a real chunky piece of landing there. Yeah, just wasn't the best. But anyway, it is what it is. Let's see if we can't at least get into the terminal, and I'll try and fix up a couple of things. Very chunky, very chunky. Oh, we lost our sound. No, just came back. Okay, alright. Okay, so I think I'll end the stream on Twitch, and we'll keep the one going on YouTube for now. I think that's going to be the best way. I don't think we can do it on 2, so we'll stop there in Twitch. Alright, we stop that stream, close that window down. I'll bring this one up and we'll see how we go with YouTube. I might have to add some stuff in, like some alerts and stuff. But we'll see how we go. I notice there's a few of you there, so we'll get this flight sorted out, finished, and then we'll start another flight. As I say, we are using like say intentions, FSFO, VATSIM, and a few other things. I'm not sure my computer can handle this very well. It's actually was doing a lot better with this airport in the past, so I don't know why it went so chunky and wonky on me then, but it is what it is. kind of weird. It's just the Stream Elements, Streamlabs, I mean, that doesn't handle it very well, so I might have to change OBS to stream on YouTube. Feel free to chat, guys. Feel free to say something. I don't know if it's working enough unless you guys say something in the chat. We are still going through the motions of setting this up on YouTube stream. It's not something I've done properly before, but you know, we'll give it a shot. Anyway, alright, let's taxi in. So my landing rate was 103, which wasn't too bad actually. I mean, that's very much butter, but yeah. Alright, so come in here. Might have to check over some settings again as well. What gate? Let's see. Now I can see a person over there, but let's have a look. What's say intentions? Tell me what gate to go into. Okay, it says where are we? You're going to tell me a gate? You're not going to tell me a gate. Okay, as GSX, assign me a gate. Parking facility 2. No, it is on 2. Alright, I can see a person over there, so I figured it was 2. Alright, so we'll go over to 2. We'll set up another flight, a return flight, and we'll just try streaming just on YouTube instead of both. It seemed to chunk my system doing it on both. I might have to change a couple of COM ports, USB ports around. But anyway, there is a little person over there. You've also got the pushback truck in the wrong spot. Get it out of my way. How am I supposed to park if you've got that bloody tow truck there? Honestly, I don't know. Sounds going in and out intermittently. I don't know why. Let's just swing around. Yeah, I can see you. But you shouldn't have that truck there. That shouldn't be there. How is a person supposed to park an aircraft when you've got a bloody truck there? So I'll have to fix that. Obviously. Right. Okay, we're parked. Is the APU on? It's on. Alright. Parking brake set. Engine's off. Right. And we'll make sure that we've got let's have a look at the audio. That game's working. Okay, alright. Not overly still getting back to the Stream Labs. I haven't done Stream Labs for a long time with the setup, so anyway, you didn't turn off the landing lights first off, so honestly, I'm trying to line the ground for it. Beacon. Let's have a look. Is the electrical power available? Ground power? We can shut down that beacon light. Oh, you've done it. Seatbelt signs first off, so you've done them too? Alright.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now parked at the gate. Please make sure to collect all your personal belongings. On behalf of all of us at Jetstar Airlines, thank you for flying with us. Welcome to Proserpine.
That's the one good thing I do like about saying intentions. tells you exactly where you're going from and to, and all this sort of stuff like self-loading cargo does. But that's a lot of things. I hate it when they say the airline, the airport code. We're going from YSSY to YMNL. Welcome to YMNL. It's Melbourne. It's Sydney. It's what they say. Intentions is proving to be very, very good in that regard. Okay. Now, in regards to this, let's see what I can do. Virtual flight that I just did. Let's have a look how I went. Let's have a look how I went. So, dashboard. Okay, so still processing. Come on. Stop processing and hurry it up. Come on. Look, 103 feet per minute. That's bloody good. Come on. Processing. Processing. Stop processing. There we are. Accepted. Thank you. Via flight. Let's have a look how I did. Boy, it's just me. Okay. Oh, B plus. Well, that's alright. I got an A on the last one, so you can't get an A all the time. So we got a B plus. What do we get? We got 100 points for the landing rate. Okay, 100 points for the G-force. 0 bounces, that's good. Fuel efficiency wasn't scored. That's strange. Approach stability was marginal, under 50 points. Yeah, I did have a bit of an issue there, but that was because of the bloody stuttering. So roll out. We lost some points there. 80%. Where do we touch down? We touched down pretty much almost in the right spot. Basically in the right spot. We touched down in the middle of the runway, so that's a good thing. We touched down correctly. So let's have a look. So our target's to be less than 200, and we did 103. So it's not too bad. All in all, there's our glide slope reference. It wasn't too bad. All in all, that was a pretty good flight. Alright. So now what we do, let's find another flight. Is there one that's actually listed to go back from here? Have a look at Prosper Iron. Good Sundays, airport, departures. I try to do real world flights. That's what I tried to do. So, do we have with Sundays, arrivals and departures? What do we got? So we have arrivals. 8:40 was the one I just did, though I was late on mine. Departures, what have we got? It is 2:44. We've got 837 to Brisbane, boarding soon. We've got okay. So we've got Brisbane, 835, that's already gone. So we're going to have to do 837, so we're going to have to be quick on this, I think. Yeah, alright, 837. Let's start 837, so we're going to make the schedule. Jetstar 837. Okay, so we're going to get our aircraft that we were in now, which is VQJ. Alright, put that in. Right, generate that via SimBrief. Now, what's it? 5:25 UTC. So yeah, we've got about half an hour before this due to fly, so that's good. Right. So we are in the gas and this one is good. Right, so back over to the EFB. Let's go back onto the new flight. Import the gone. Now there has been a little bit of confusion with the way that GSX works with say AI, so I'm still trying to figure it all out. Come on, import. Do not generate it? Oh, it's still generating. It's still generating. It's taking time to generate. Come on. Why are you taking so long to generate a flight plan? Come on. Moving around, generating. Bloody internet or what? Alright. We've got good. Generate device and good. There we go. Alright, now it's alright. Put that there. And Phoenix port. Oh, thanks, Astral. Sorry, didn't see you there, mate. Good effort in view of all the issues. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Alright, so now we've got that loaded in. Now, the problem is that normally when you use, say, Intentions AI, and we'll do this now, it doesn't seem to do the loading the way that I like it to be done. It doesn't do an actual like GSX thing. So we're going to try something different on this one. Okay, so we've got our new flight, our 837, A320. Can you increase your output volume? Which volume? The microphone or the gain? Because they're up pretty loud as it is, but which one are you talking about? I'll bring the microphone volume up a bit more as best I can. Is that, if that's what you're talking about? I hope that's better for you. But we'll get all. Let us know all the audio issues because we will get it there. Right, so we've got our new flight 837. Okay, so we've got not long. So this time, what I'm going to do is I've got to come back to FSFO. Where are you gone? FSFO. There you are. All right. My flight's in first officer. All right. Now I've got to change a couple of things here too that I noticed before. So I'm going to stop that, disconnect. Trying to think real fast. Go to, that's better? Oh, no worries, cool. Trying to go to, now what do we need? Editor. We're going to go to our one that we've set up, our checklist. This is FSFO. Oh, you can hear me now? Oh, that's good. I'm glad you can hear me. Sorry, it's also, I tend to speak a little bit softer now because I have a few dental issues now that I've got to get sorted out. But also I'm tired. But, alright, now, so we've got our Jetstar 4. This is FSFO, Flight Sim First Officer, a brilliant program, and you should get it. You only have to buy a license for whatever aircraft you want to fly, and it's very cheap. FlightSimFirstOfficer.com, look it up, pretty good, pretty easy, and it's developing all the time. Okay, so cockpit preparation, that's what I was after. So batteries which are on, catering, now, I don't know, he called catering a bit late, didn't he? And it didn't seem to work too well. Catering and boarding. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to disable that. I'm going to disable the fueling call. And I'm going to disable the boarding call. Right. And I'm going to do that myself. Because what happens in, say, Intentions, is I've noticed that when the fuel truck comes into line, they tell you then to start your loading from the EFB, but it tells you real time, fast time, or instant. That doesn't give you that GSX thing. So what I'm going to do is always going to do this now, see how it goes. So we are going to make sure that I'm within 30 minutes of my time. So just have a look again. Where did my EFB go? Where did my EFB go? Uh-oh, EFB, where'd you go? There you are. Alright. So, let's see. I'll just move that over there for a sec. Okay, so the EFB, we're on my flights. 35 minutes, that'll do. Alright, so we'll go mass and balance. We'll start FSFO, we'll connect him up again. Back to the home, SOPs. we want to go flight plan, new flight. We've got it loaded into say intentions, so that's loaded in. Alright, so Airbus, our flight plan we're doing, slim brief down again, make sure that this is all set properly. Sydney to Proserpine, no, we want Proserpine to Sydney. There we are, Brisbane, sorry, is it Brisbane we're going to? Brisbane. Proserpine to Brisbane, yeah, okay, that's good. Alright, okay, so flight level 370, cross index 5. Alright, so he's ready to rock and roll. So now we go back to the home, or we go to SOPs, check everything. We're going to have to clean that out, so back over to the flight plan. Okay, that's all good, that's all good, make sure it's all good. Okay, yep, start the flight. Okay, now this has not gone blank. It should have gone blank. No, it hasn't got it right. Hang on, I'll shut that down for a sec. Reload. Reload, I think because I changed that checklist thing, that it needs to be reloaded. That's alright, we'll get it loaded again. Sometimes after each flight you're better off to shut down FSFO and then reload it again anyway. It just makes it work better. Alright, so flight plan. Go sim brief again. Download it again, just make sure it's all green. You get all the greens, so we're on our 4. That's it. Proserpine to Brisbane. Yes, 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 all good. Start flight. Connect, yes. And this is good. Alright.
Good afternoon, Captain.
Alright, so he's right. He's going. Now we'll do the mass and balance over here. 33 minutes to go. That's fine. We will do reset all. Come back over here. Tap to import because I noticed that the loading wasn't there. Come on. It is 837 we're doing, yes. Come on. Re-import. Come on. There we go, 32 minutes to go. Mass and balance. Load aircraft. GS exporting and refueling. Alright, underway. Alright.
Ground to flight deck. Fuel truck is on its way.
Now this is the one thing I
Cockpit
do
preparation
like
flow.
about say intentions.
Can you ask the ground crew to connect the GPU?
Well, we don't need the GPU because we're on the APU, so we don't need that. So we can bypass that.
GPU connection failed.
We've got the APU running, we don't need the GPU. Right, so yeah, with say intentions what I was saying. So the one thing I do like about with the GSX integration in it, it replaces those default GSX voices, which are so annoying, and it's just so much better. Oh, it's just so much better to hear something that sounds like a normal voice. Like FS2 Crew wasn't bad, but this is just using GSX, but more normal, more natural. So it's definitely better. All right, so we're just going to wait now. See how this goes. If you have room, can you show us your FPS? That would be interesting. Well, I'll tell you, I will be at the end of this month. I will be updating my CPU. And possibly some RAM as well. So I'll tell you, the system I have right now is a very old system, but it runs just fine now. So I have a Ryzen 7 3800X CPU, 32 gig of RAM, and an RTX 2080 Ti with 11 gig. Now I've had this for years. I've built it myself. Cost me $6,000 to build it back in 2019. But the frames I'm getting are pretty good. In fact, I don't use 2020 anymore. I used to love 2020 and I hated 2024, but 2020 runs like a dog now, but I get certainly better now. So I will have to go into developer
The route
mode.
is ready. It just needs the departure and arrival information.
I don't think I can do it without going into developer mode. So hang on 1 second. All right.
Ground to flight deck, refueling in progress.
All right. Quickly do this then for you. Advanced options, developer mode. All right. Save and back. All right. Don't muck up with me. No, there we go. Yeah. All right. So I get pretty decent frames from my system. There you go. You probably can't see it because of the banner. Let me see if I can move that banner out the way then. Hang on a second, because now you can't see it because of the banners in the way blocking it. Right, let me just turn that off for a sec. There you go. So 54, 55 are sitting in the ground on this cockpit, and this is not even the view that I use normally.
Ground to flight deck, open Phoenix EFB, open mass and balance, select load aircraft and choose real time, fast time or instant.
So that's what I mean. This is what it tells you to do, but then you don't get it right because you don't get the GSX vehicles moving around. So normally I have a different view because I've got a desktop cockpit that I built myself, 3D printed, that I sell, you know, which I can make as well. It's really, really cool. I'll see if I can get my little camera up to show you guys. Mind you, it's I've been having some issues with my camera, so I'll see if I can get a little add another source. Video capture. Display capture? No, video capture. Window capture. Where are you? Video capture. See if I can add this in. Right, add source. See if I can get. There we are. Okay. So let me just see if I can show you. So there's the desktop cockpit unit that I built myself, and I sell these without the hardware, of course. Without the hardware, it's the stand. You put your own hardware in there, and it will accommodate the SL3 auto brake unit. That's just a dummy at the moment. I'm still waiting for the SL3 auto brake unit, but it will accommodate the SL3. And we have a built-in warning panel with custom-made Coreys that I've built myself. So it's the most sleekest compact desktop unit on the market. So normally my view is not what you see on the screen right now. Normally my view is straight over the top of the shield. And that. It's a 12.3 inch monitor that's in the desktop unit, custom designed to fit the wing control, I should say, wing control AGP, and the wing control FCU and EFIS units. So there we are, and my Stream Decks, which I use at the moment as well. It is, considering what I've got running, yes, it is a very good frame rate that I'm getting, considering my system is quite old, which is one of the things that concerns me about upgrading the video card. I'm going to upgrade my CPU around about the end of the month to a 7800 X3D. I was going to change the motherboard and go completely to a new system, but I can't afford it, so I'm too far behind on bills. I should be at work now, but I had yesterday off and I'm having today off, but I'm working tonight, so I'm my own boss, but I should be still out there making money. But yes, it is a very good frame rate considering you know, the stuff, but as I say, it's an 11 gig card, so you know, I mean, a lot of the cards I'm seeing on the market are only 8 gig cards. Now, I don't know whether a 4090, for example, 8 gig card is going to be better than my 2080 Ti 11 gig card. I don't know. I'm contemplating that, but I do need to get some more memory. I know that much. And that will be the thing that I would like to get, probably more than anything at the moment. Right. So, where was I? So yeah, I mean, for what it is, and we're running on DX12, Direct 3D12. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty good frame rate, definitely. I mean, I've lowered some of my settings, but you wouldn't really notice it. I mean, the graphics settings is pretty bloody good. Just looking at the graphics outside, and even at bigger airports and smaller airports, it's all pretty good. But you wouldn't really know that my graphics weren't up high end. But yeah, a little bit of jerkiness there, but that's about it. But yeah, no, it's good frame rates. It's a lot better than I was getting with 2020, that's for sure. But also, this is using the DLSS frame generation turned on. Now, makers of my graphics card, which is a ROG Strix RTX 2080 Ti, as I said, the NVIDIA says my card is not capable of doing frame generation, but it is. I can't get the frame generation to work on 2020 for some reason. I don't know why, just can't get it to work on 2020. But the frame generation works fine on 2024, as you can see. And so this is what I'm talking about with the memory. So here, the physical memory of the GPU, and down the bottom here, it's already physical memory 8.8439 or 8.38.
Ground to flight deck refueling completed.
Compared to, and it's out of, like, there's 10 gig there, and you can see it. So I mean, I've got an 11 gig card, but it's already using over 8 gig. So I'm wondering, if I get an 8 gig card, I don't think it's going to be better. I'll see how I go once I get the better CPU and more memory, but for now my system's quite okay. Right, so how are we going over here? Alright, so fueling's done, good, okay, so we should be getting the boarding going. Now we don't have any ATIS or ATC at this airport. It's an uncontrolled airport up in the Whitsundays in Queensland. So, alright, so what have we got? We're waiting for the boarding to start. Open and then close doors to start before starting flight. Yeah, well, we've got to wait. Boarding should start shortly. I'm hoping. Come on. 22 minutes to go, so we need to get the boarding underway. Just watching what's going on here. Right, yeah, I'm just going to turn that frame rate off now if you don't mind. It's a little bit annoying, but yeah, you can see what it is, so it is what it is. That's cool. Alright, so I'll see how should have started the boarding process by now, I think. Okay, I'll tell the crew. Actually, I'll tell the ramp agent. Cockpit to ground. Go ahead and start the boarding process, please.
Ground to flight deck. Apron agent does not handle boarding. Contact cabin crew on intercom for boarding.
Oh, okay, all right. Cabin crew, you can start boarding the aircraft.
Understood, Captain. We'll get boarding started.
All right. I'm just going to go to the bathroom, get myself a coffee, guys. Hang tight, and I'll be back shortly.
Ground to flight deck, please open door 1 left.
Boarding has commenced, Captain.
Alright guys, we're back. So we're getting this loaded. I've got my coffee. Hopefully everything will go good this time round as we head down to Brisbane. Now, I know that the stuff in the banner's not showing up. I think that's because I've got to get clearance somehow. I think I'll have to tune into centre. .135.5. See if I can get clearance and then the banner might come to life. Might have to change that banner to the old style I used to use. But we'll see what happens. 1355. 1355. There we are. How's the boarding going? We haven't got any baggage or anything on at the moment. We've got 16 minutes before we're due to depart. Not long. Okay, I can hear some movement. That's good. Alright. Centre, this is Jetstar 837 requesting clearance to Brisbane. Okay, no answer. No answer on 1355. No, not getting an answer at the moment. Brisbane Centre, Jetstar 837. How do you read? Okay. Well, we don't have anything. Alright, so let's try the ATIS. There is an ATIS showing, so I didn't think there was an ATIS here, but let's try tuning into that. 25. 250. 0.25. 126.25. Let's see if we can get some information here. 25, there we go.
Why lead to limited services today? Advise on initial contact. You have information India.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the fasten
Proserpine with Sunday Coast
If you haven't
Airport.
already done
Information
so,
India.
Please stow your carry-on
0500 Zulu. Arriving and departing runways 1106.
And also make sure your
Wind
seatbelt
110
and
at
phone trays are in
17.
their full upright
Visibility
position.
10
We would
kilometers.
like to remind you that
View
this
at
is a non-smoking
6600.
flight.
Temperature
Smoking and
23.
vaping is prohibited
Dew
on
point
the
9er.
entire aircraft.
QNH
Including
1019er.
lavatories.
Transition level 110.
Destroying the lavatory
Tower
smoke
backup
detectors
operations
is
may
prohibited
lead
by
to
law.
limited services today.
If you have any questions
Advise on
about
initial
our flight
contact.
today,
You
please
have
don't
information
hesitate to
India.
ask one of our flight attendants. Thank you for
Proserpine with
choosing to
Sunday
fly
Coast
with
Airport.
Jetstar, and welcome
Information
aboard.
India. 0500 Zulu. Arriving and departing runways 1106. Wind 110 at 17. Visibility 10 kilometers. View at 6600. Temperature 23. Dew point 9er. QNH 1019er. Transition level 110. Tower backup operations may lead to limited services today. Advise on initial contact. You have information India. Proserpine with Sunday Coast Airport. Information India.
That doesn't tell me a lot at all.
0500 Zulu.
We don't have any contact on centre. We'll try. I'll try one more time with Centre. Otherwise, I might try Flight Information Services. See if I can get something out of them. Let's try that. Brisbane Centre. Brisbane Centre. This is Jetstar 837. How do you read? Nothing. Okay, so we'll try Flight Information Services 134. 134.
050.
134. 700. Let's try that one. Because I don't think that banner is going to come to life until I get some actual airways clearance. So let's see what happens. Alright, 7. I'll try that. Brisbane Centre, this is Jetstar 837. How do you read? Nope, we don't have anything there either. Alright, CTAF. Why did 135.5 just go red? Center control, you are on the wrong frequency. You need to check in. Okay. Right, okay. Well, it said I need to check in. Centre, this is Jetstar 837. We are departing Proserpine to Brisbane shortly. Can we have any clearance? Well, it's told me to check in, but nothing's coming through, so...
Jetstar 837.
Wow.
Information India is current. Cleared to Brisbane. After departure, fly radar vectors PN, then as file. Initial climb 4000. Departure on 135.5. Squawk 5631. Released for departure. Clearance void if not off by 0529
Ladies
Zulu.
and gentlemen,
Time
the captain
now
has turned on the fasten
0514.
seatbelt sign. If you haven't already done so, please stow your carry-on luggage underneath the seat in front of you or in an overhead bin. Please take your seat and fasten your seatbelt, and also make sure your seat back and folding trays are in their full, upright position. We would like to remind you that this is a non-smoking flight. Smoking and vaping is prohibited on the entire aircraft, including the lavatories. Tampering with disabling or destroying the lavatory smoke detectors is prohibited by law. If you have any questions about our flight today, please don't hesitate to ask one of our flight attendants. Thank you for choosing to fly with Jetstar, and welcome aboard.
Alright, so we did get clearance after all. So now that has come up on the banner, which is really good. So alright, so we need to tune into the CTAF 1267. Alright, be ready on that. Departures is 1355, so that's good. Actually, I better read them back to... Yep. Brisbane Centre, Jetstar 837. Copy, we cleared to Brisbane after departure. Fly radar vectors, Proserpine. Then is filed, initial climb 4000. Departure on 135.5. Squawking 5631. Released for departure. Copy that, Jetstar 837.
Jetstar 837, read back correct.
Alright. Okay, our aircraft is now loaded. Yes, good.
Captain, everyone's aboard. Bags are loaded. Cabin is secure.
Bags are loaded.
Go
Cabin is
ahead.
secure.
Can you let the captain know all passengers have boarded and we are ready to go back here?
Tango Victor taxiing to the ramp.
Roger.
Okay, so I had to double up on announcements there because I've got some announcements coming through say intentions, some coming through FSFO. I'm
Before start flow.
still trying to configure
Cockpit
which
from
ones are
ground.
correct.
Go ahead.
The fuel and cargo manifest is now in the system. Weight and balance checks look good.
Acknowledged.
Alright. Okie dokie. Alright, let's do that. Okay, looks like my EFB's gone a little bit wonky. My MCDU, I should say. But anyway, alright. Do you want to take out... Oh, that's alright, we'll leave it as it is for now.
Ladies and gentlemen, today you are travelling on an Airbus A320. and
Before
it is
start
important
checklist.
that you are all familiar
Parking
with the
brake.
safety features of this aircraft.
Just doing a bit of a
Even if you
reset.
fly with Jetstar
Am I on
Warning.
VATSIM?
we would
No,
appreciate your
I'm not
attention.
at the moment.
The
I'm on
takeoff
VATSIM.
speeds.
I'm just about to do that as
V1
well.
Seatbelt down low and tight
137
is essential for
VR
takeoff, turbulence, and
143
landing.
V2
To do it up, put the clasp in
144
the buckle
checked.
and tighten as shown. Undo
Doors
it by lifting the buckle
closed.
flap. You should keep your seatbelt
Beacon
done up
lights
whenever you are seated,
on.
just in case we come across
Before
any
start
unexpected
checklist completed.
turbulence. In your seat pocket, you will find a safety briefing card that shows the brace position and other important information on what you should do in the unlikely event of an emergency. Please take a moment to read it before we take off. The A320 has 8 emergency exits. Look where the crew is pointing to find your nearest exit. A good way to remember is to count the number of seats between you and the exit. The crew will
vPilot
also
to
point
Say
out
Intentions
lights
plugin has
at the
initialized and is
exits.
ready for VATSIM handoffs once you log on to
Must
VATSIM.
leave all cabin baggage behind. Remember that in an emergency, it is the crew that will be most help to you, so follow their instructions. Should oxygen be required, a mask will appear from above you. Pull it down firmly, put it on quickly over your nose and mouth, and tighten the strap. Once the mask is working properly, you can help others, including children. Your life jacket is located within easy reach under your seat. To put it on, place the life jacket over your head and clip the waistband at the front. It has 2 red tags and a mouthpiece for inflation, and a whistle and light for attracting attention. You must
Cross the
only
Pine with
inflate
Sunday
the
Coast
life
traffic,
jacket
velocity
as you
1118, departing runway
To prepare for
112.
takeoff,
Cross the Pine with
ensure
Sunday
that Your
Coast.
seat back is upright, your tray table is stowed away, and your window shade is open. Finally, check that your seatbelt is fastened low and tight. Civil aviation law requires you to comply with all safety notices and signs on the aircraft. Tampering with or theft of any aircraft item is an offence in law and may result in fines or prosecution. Smoking in any part of the aircraft is prohibited, and smoke detectors have been fitted. If you're not sure about anything we've told you, check the safety card in your seat pocket. Thanks for your attention and enjoy your flight.
Engine 2 started. Engine 1 started. Flaps 3. All engines stabilized. After start flow. After start checklist. Anti-ice. Set. ECAM status. Checked. Trim. Set. After start checklist completed. Parking brake off. Taxi flow. Full left. Neutral. Full right. Neutral. Full forward. Neutral. Full back. Neutral. Taxi checklist. Flaps. Set. Weather radar. On. Engine mode. Set. ECAM.
Takeoff. No blow.
Taxi checklist completed. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon from the flight deck. On behalf of the entire flight crew, welcome on board. For our departure, a couple of light bumps are possible. Rest assured, your crew will work to maintain a comfortable flight. Once again, welcome on board. Cabin crew prepare for takeoff. Line up flow. Line up checklist. Takeoff runway.
Checked.
TSS.
Set.
PAX.
Set.
Cabin crew.
Notified.
Line-up checklist completed. Stabilized.
Manflex. SRS.
I had my microphone on mute. I apologise. Thank you for bringing that to my attention again. Thank you. Sorry, I left the chocks on. I couldn't get the chocks off, and that's why I wasn't moving. I was so focused on trying to get the aircraft to move that I forgot to remove the chocks, and that's why it wouldn't turn. A little bit of flickering going on the side there with the Fenix that happens from time to time. I've got no idea why. If anyone has any idea about that, I'd much appreciate some info.
Positive rate.
You're up. Jetstar 837. Climb 9,000.
Departure Jetstar 8. Oh, okay. We got audio going backwards there now. What's going on there? Okay.
Jetstar 837. Radar contact. Over Proserpine with Sunday Coast Airport at 1100 feet. Proserpine QNH 1013. Climb 10,000. Turn right, heading 150. Direct NET edge when able. Then own navigation.
Autopilot on. Acceleration altitude.
1, 2.
1, 2.
Okay, we got audio feeding back now. It's not one issue, it's another issue. Yeah, so I was trying to get taxi trying to get that going, but what was happening was I'm just going to do a direct to direct. What was happening was the chocks were still on. The ground crew hadn't removed the chocks, so I could not get the aircraft moving. So I was trying to get the brakes on and off, and that was working. The parking brake was coming off, but I unplugged the joystick. I just couldn't see what was going on. The aircraft was not moving, and it was all because the chocks were still in place. Are you using TAA? TAA?
After takeoff flow.
Don't know what you mean by TAA. I've never had an audio feedback issue before.
After takeoff checklist. Gear. Up.
What do you mean by TAA?
After takeoff checklist completed.
Alright, how's the flaps?
Flaps 2.
Disable the ground spoilers. Flaps 2. Flaps 1 I mean.
Flaps 1.
And flaps up.
Flaps up.
Let's have a look at my GoPro, my Go XLR settings. I think that's having an issue. 1, 2.
1, 2, 1.
Yeah, that's feeding back now. I'm going to have to restart my Go XLR. One, two. See, now I don't have any feedback. I just had to restart the Go XLR. No, I'm not using TAA anti-atlasing. I'm using DLSS, and I'm using the frame generation DLSS. No, I used to use TAA, but no, DLS works fine. DLSS works fine, absolutely fine. 222 testing. Yeah, no, that works fine now. As always, some sort of computer issue. We just can't have a perfect computer situation sometimes. Every streamer, every flight simmer, every game player has some sort of issue here and there because we're adding so much hardware, so much devices, so many peripherals all plugging into our computers, and our computers are going, I know I'm told I can handle 127 USBs, but really I can't. So even with the two best USB hubs around, powered hubs, and they've got the right power sources for them.
Jetstar 837, climb flight level 190.
I got the autopilot.
Climbing flight level 190, Jetstar 837.
I got the co-pilot now handling all the radio controls. That's one thing I do like about Say Intentions. She'll handle all the radio, she'll change frequencies, everything like that. So yeah, no, it's cool. So we're going along quite nicely. Very, very nicely. So I got to start adding some alerts into this one.
Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. The seatbelt sign has now been switched off. You are now free to remove your seatbelt and move around the cabin. We do recommend that you do have your seatbelt securely fastened when seated in case of any unexpected turbulence.
Every second flight, get issues or something. A 4080. How much RAM have you got in that one? That 4080, is that an 8 gig or a 16 gig? I mean, I'd love to get something like 24 gig, but there's no way I can afford $6,000 on a graphics card. I spent $2,500 on this graphics card when it was new, when I bought it. $2,500 just for a graphics card was astronomical for me. And I want to upgrade my RAM, and they told me last night that the RAM prices are going up through the roof because the data centers are all buying them, all these massive bloody data centers. So RAM prices are going up through the roof. Really? Oh. But yeah, how much RAM have you got in your 4080? 32 gig of RAM in your 4080. Oh my god, what are you made of money? My goodness me.
Jetstar 837. Climb flight level 270.
Climbing flight level 270, Jetstar 837.
So the place where I get a lot of my parts is Umart. And let's say if I have a look here, go to graphics, GPU, 40, okay, well I can't even get a 4080 anymore. Closest I could get would be a 4070 Ti. No price on it. None available. No, it doesn't look like it. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's try for what, a 50/50? See if that, okay. So I mean these prices aren't too bad. I could probably afford something like this at the end of the month, but the thing is these are 8 gigs and I'm not sure if it's going to be any better because my card's an 11 gig now. So I don't know whether it'd be worthwhile upgrading to one of these cards because they're only 8 gigs, but like this one, 50/50 game look like gigabyte one. I don't know. I don't know a lot about graphics cards now because they've all changed so much since I bought mine. And as I say, I bought mine for $2,500 when it was new. Let's have a look though. What have we got? Price. Asus and Gigabyte. So, yeah, and I don't know which of these cards are any better. 64 gig of RAM? No, not in your computer, in your GPU. You got 64 gig of RAM in your computer, but what is the GPU, the 4080? How much RAM is in that one? There won't be 64 gig in that. Not unless you got $30,000. So you got 64 gig of RAM in your computer, yeah. But, I've only got 32 gig of RAM in my computer, but my graphics card, my GPU, is an 11 gig card. So that's what I'm talking about. How much RAM is in your 4080? The video RAM. That's what we're talking about.
Jetstar 837. Climb flight level 370.
Let's have a look. 4060. Let's have a look at the
Climbing flight level 370, Jetstar 837.
So these are all. Well, that one's refurbished. I don't know. That wouldn't be a good buy to me if it's already refurbished. Can't be a good card. Another one. Pretty shit. Yeah. So. See, if we go to, let's see, okay, let's go to graphics cards, GPU, let's go to GPU, I don't know if I can go over there. 16, not real good, like the tech side, that's okay. Well, 16 gig one is still expensive, it's still good, still very good. So, see, the closest. Yeah, there's nothing really showing up with that amount of memory. I did have at one stage. Let's see, I did see some bigger ones. Video RAM, 8 gig. I've seen some other ones out. Let's do a search for GPU, 16 gig. Okay, so here, $1,795 for that one. $1,500, $1,600. See, these are closer to the prices I paid originally. Well, that's the only ones I got on the showing up. So what have we got? An AMD Radeon RX. I don't think I'd touch that. I don't know much about those cards. If I was going to spend this sort of money, don't know about that one either. 5070 Ti overclock, 16 gig. Maxon iCraft, never heard of Maxon. And an Asus Radeon again, so not a lot to choose from here. Oh, we've got 729. Sapphire Pure AMD Radeon 9060 XT gave me 16 gig. Now, I would have a look at them for that price. They're 16 gig. But how do they compare to the others? Running a lot better with the latest update? Okay. So this is why I'm saying, like, my card now is an old card, but it's got 11 gig of GPU memory. A lot of the newer cards now, they only have 8 gig. I would prefer to still get something around my lines, but I mean, I would be willing to pay between $600 and $800 for one of these cards if they were better, because they're 16 gig. But I don't know much about the Radeons compared to RTXs and that, so I don't know. Let's have a look at this. What does it say? Any reviews about it? Like, we've got 4.3. We've got 3 reviews. With the GPU market being overinflated and supply being constrained, prices remain artificially high. 5050 MV and the 5060 8 gig and 5060 Ti all signal terrible value for money and offer no longevity. The 9060 XTI 16 gig variant do not get 8 gig. In general, offers performance that is on par around 5060 Ti 16 gig. Okay, especially at 1440p, but is $150 to $200 cheaper. So in some titles, 9060 XT is slightly behind the 5060 Ti, jumping to the States. The $220 price difference, losing some games by 10 to 15 frames. Okay. Conclusion. AMD has won this GPU battle. Also the 9070 and 9070 XT. Don't buy the GRE. It sucks. It's 12 gig VRAM. Just no, but it has won the war. The next series will tell. Pros. Better fans, higher core clock. My testing better, heatsink maintains higher boost and for longer. 9060 XT has better 1% lows. Cons, 10% faster would have beaten the 5060 Ti. I can't help wonder if GDR7 would have won that 10% instead of the AMD. Upgraded from an RX 580 went to play Doom the Dark Ages and notified my card does not have ray tracing. Searched online, 9060 XT caught my eye. Purchased right away, been running very well, not having ray tracing. I did not know what I was missing. Replayed Doom Eternal and Dark Ages running smoothly. The textures are so beautiful, very quiet. Okay, alright, so I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about the AMDs. Does anyone in the chat own an AMD graphics card? How do you find it compared to RTX cards or gigabyte cards, that sort of thing? I'd be willing to spend that sort of money to get something. What about this one? The 970 EVO Prime 849 in stock. 9060 XT. I don't know what dual there means. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. Oh, this one looks pretty. $849 is a lot of money, but I would be willing to spend that to get a graphics card if it's going to do it better for me. Yes, I understand. Go away. All right. Oh. Now let's have a look at it. 9070 Prime overclocked 16 gig. I don't know. I have to do some research on this, but maybe I will, because I want to upgrade my CPU. Maybe I might just go with an RTX and give it a try. Dual BIOS. Okay. PCI Express 5, OpenGL 6, the GDR6, so it's still 6. Stream processors, memory speed 20 gigabytes per second. One native HDMI 2, 3 native DisplayPort. Okay, yeah, I can live with that. HDCP support. Okay. Maximum display support 4. That's what I have now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's fine. One thank you card. So what to say? 3 display port. 1 HDMI. Yep. Okay. Dimensions, weight, power requirements, 650 watt, power connectors. Yeah, that one doesn't look too bad. Then we're getting too high money. That's too much money. Yeah, I might bear that in mind. That one actually sounds pretty good. Asus Prime Radeon 9070 EVO. I'd like to get some thoughts on that, guys. What do you think about it? Because at the end of the month, I'm going to upgrade my CPU, and maybe I would do that. I'm looking for overhead panel. Rosefire looks good, but I'm a bit concerned with setting it up. Looks complicated. Well, Rosefire send me all the products for testing and review on my YouTube channel. There's lots of videos already with reviews of the Rosefire stuff. I'm waiting for them to send me the Rosefire A107 Pro, which they have had some issues with. They've had issues with pretty much everything, but I try to straighten them out. But I'm waiting for them to send me the A107 Pro for a review, so hang in there. Wing Control will be releasing their full 1-to-1 overhead panel for the A320 at the end of the year. So that is definitely guaranteed to be released at the end of the year. Could be a Christmas present, but the Rosefire, I've got all the Rosefire panels that they've released so far. They sent me, they even sent me the pedestal, the PVC pedestal for review and everything. So on my YouTube channel you'll find the reviews on most of the stuff. I've got the A111s, the A112, the A113, and I have the wing control RMPs and TCAS as well, and all the wing control stuff. I'm really waiting for them to send me the A107 Pro so I can do a proper review on it. People are asking me left, right and centre, when are you getting it to do a review? And I keep saying to them, when are you sending it to me? The one that they were going to send me developed an issue with the motherboard or with the circuit board, so they had to send it off to be replaced, so I'm still waiting. Hopefully it'll be soon.
Jetstar 837, contact Brisbane Centre on 128.55.
Contacting Brisbane Centre on 128.55. Jetstar 837.
Right. Forward, I'm going to have to freshen up and get to work shortly. 3:54, so as soon as I finish this flight I'm going to have to terminate that. And it's not hard to set them up, by the way, the panels and that, not hard to set them up, and I'll be able to help you out with any issues. They can be set up either through the Rosefire app or with Mobi Flight as well. So those are the options.
Jetstar 837, contact Brisbane Centre on 128.55.
Contacting Brisbane Centre on 128.55. Jetstar 837.
Yeah, the pedestal, I have it. I've put it together very slightly. I haven't glued it or anything like that. But
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign, and you are now free to move about the cabin. We kindly ask that you remain mindful of your surroundings and enjoy the rest of your journey with us. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that it's, I like the fact that it's lightweight.
Dear guests, the cabin crew will now begin the snack and beverage service. We invite you to enjoy our delightful selection, including our signature chicken and avocado wrap and refreshing fruit juices. After the service, selected items from the Jetstar Airlines shop will be available for your browsing pleasure. Thank you for flying with us.
Right, yeah. The pedestal, I like the idea that it's lightweight, and it's not a bad design, really, but I don't like the fact that you have to glue it, put it all together, and once it's put together, you won't be able to pull it apart. So if you're moving house or moving rooms or whatever, you can't disassemble it. So that's the only thing I don't like about it. So I've put mine together very loosely just to see how it looks. But what I'm intending to do is just get some MDF, trace the outline around on the MDF, and then cut the pieces out of MDF and make it so I can screw it together. That way I will keep the PVC one aside, but I'll have the design for it, and then yeah, it's an easier way to do it. Probably use 9mm MDF and just, as I say, lay each piece on the MDF, trace around it, cut it out with a jigsaw, sand it, paint it, away you go. You can rebuild that pedestal quite easy. And it needs the back part as well, because the wing control throttle doesn't sit right, so you need to add the back part to it. But you know, it's a good idea and a good concept, but again, it's something that should have been done better. And I have told Rosefire so many times about they rush things out to the market without fully testing them. The first audio panel they sent me was not correct. The 737 overhead panel had an issue with the brightness control, and I had to fix it. So yeah, I've told them so many times, I'm here to help you guys. I'll do anything that is, you know, to help get your products out, but stop rushing them out. Put some thought into it and talk to me, communicate with me, send me the product. And they never listen to me properly, and they don't send me the product until after they've released it, and I've told them not to do that. They promised me they were not going to release the A107 Pro on the market until it had my final seal of approval. Until I've gone over it and checked it with a fine-tooth comb, and that they said, we will send you out the finished product and then tell us, and then if it's all good, we'll go into mass production. But they didn't do that. They've gone into mass production. There's already issues with some of the units that have gone out, and now I'm waiting to see when they send me one so I can inspect it. But I've already noticed one issue with the overhead, the A107 Pro. It's only a small detail, but the word ditching on the ditching side of it, you see this in the photos of it, the word ditching is not ditching, it's dit space ching. You know, so they say, oh, no one will notice that, it's only a small issue. I noticed it was the first thing I noticed. And I want something that's got, you know, perfection. I don't want it to say ditching, I want it to say ditching. Anyway, it's too lightweight, that's the issue I found. I finished constructing a wooden pedestal, works good, and it's solid. Yep. Yeah, look, the PVC pedestal they've got is good in practice and in theory. But because it's PVC and it is a very easy to damage material, and the fact that it doesn't have any screw holes to hold the gear, the stuff in, screw it in, but I could also see that it's not going to be strong enough that when you put pressure on pressing buttons and that on top of it, or moving the throttles constantly, and you're putting pressure on that PVC, it'll break. So it's good theory, good concept, but not practical at all. That's my opinion of it. If you look at the video I did on my YouTube channel of the A110P pedestal from Rosefire, you see I was not impressed, really. I told them I'm not impressed with it at all. In my opinion, it's not a solid product. But the problem is that Rosefire just rush things out the door, and I've told them not to do this. I'm here to help them, I'm here to support them, here to do everything I can. I'm customer service in Australia. I'm the first point of contact. I'm the one who has the most products from Rosefire sent to him as a streamer and a YouTube and a content creator, but they just keep not listening. So if and when I ever get the A107 Pro, I'm sure it's a nice unit, but once Wing Control release their overhead, I don't think that Rosefire stand a chance, really. Wing Control's products are just far superior. Yes, they take a little while, and the development time takes a little while, but they're far superior. The quality is so much better. The only thing I'm trying to figure out is with the RMPs that I got from Wing Control finally. They're beautiful units. Hoping that they get the audio panel out soon. But the only thing I'm really sort of I don't understand is they have a button that says load. So you got VHF 1, VHF 2, VHF 3, and then you have a button that says load. There is nothing in the manual about it, no instructions at all anywhere that I can find, and of course the real A320 does not have a button called load. So I don't know why they've got a load button there. There's no instructions in the manual. So we have the overhead frame all set up, so you ready? Oh, cool. You'll have to put a photo or send me a photo to email me a photo. You can email me at frostynut1@hotmail.com, frostynut1@hotmail.com. You can email me, send me some photos of your setup. I'd love to see that. I'd love to check out people's setups, especially people who watch me on stream or watch me on YouTube or things like that. So yeah, send me some pictures. Love to see that. FrostyNut1, numeral 1, frostynut1@hotmail.com. Quite happy to receive your pictures, your questions, your suggestions, all that sort of groovy stuff. I don't know why my MCDU is a little bit mucked up. I don't know what it is. I don't know why. It's only mucked up on the flight deck screen, so I don't know why that is. That's what it is, actually. Yeah, for some reason that's showing up correctly. Stormy weather. Hey, what do you think of my singing? Isn't that cool? No answer? Really? How rude are you? Yes. Yes, you first officer. How rude are you? You need a haircut. Look at your hair, it's so messy. Oh, did you brush your hair today? Looks very grotty. Sorry to say, it looks very grotty. Did you wash your hair? No, I don't think so. You need a haircut, you need a style. How could you be professional looking like that? Anyway. I'd be terrible as a boss, wouldn't I? I'd be so picky. So picky. So, you look a mess. You look terrible. Yes, senor. Alright, let me have a look now while I'm thinking of it. Let me have a look at some Pro and find out what's going on with my MCDU, the font for some reason. I've got two MCDUs, but I've only got one plugged in at the moment. Can you type your email for me? No, because I can't, for some reason I can't sign into my chat. I cannot type into, it won't let me sign into the chat, so I can't find it. But it's, yeah, you've got it right. FrostyNut1@hotmail.com. At hotmail.com. So you got it right. Yeah, for some reason I can't sign into the chat, so I can't find anything, which is unfortunate. Got it? No worries. Well, I've got a chance. The only other thing I'm disappointed about with wind control is they only released a small E-cam. They didn't release the switching panel and the proper full-size E-cam. That's the only thing about Rosefly that I do like to do. Works really well. That, the weather panel and the TCAS unit from Rosefly, they all work well. So, if I boot up Cinemat Pro again. So, comes to life this time. Just having an issue with the font and I don't know why. I don't know why she's doing this to me. Still screwed up. Okay. Plug in the other one. Try this one and see if this is going to work or not. I think I've got the correct lead for it. I'm just going to use standard lead for now. Plug in my spare one, my first officer's one, and it's doing the same thing. So something's gone wrong. Something's gone wrong with the fonts. Something has gone wrong with the font. And it's only on the flight plan page. Okay. Going. We should be close to the top percent, I think. Yeah, 110 to top percent. I see.
cardanus resolved. Using our wind control hardware, and they work great service and very quick delivery. As I said, those things. Yep. Well, I'm on the Gold Coast, and yeah, I don't have a problem. I pre-order the stuff when it's released. I don't buy anything from the global shipping. The only thing I actually bought from the global shipping was the expedite label for the FCU, because mine didn't come with it, and it was only $1 for a sticker, but it was $37 for shipping. I couldn't believe that. $37 for shipping for a little bloody sticker. But that's from the global shop, so yes, I don't buy anything from the global shipping. I just pre-order it, and when it comes, it comes, and when it's ready to be shipped, they tell me, and then I just pay for the product and done. I think my RMPs took 2 days from the time that they processed the payment. I think it took 2 days, and it was delivered. And that was for 2 of them. Yeah, no, I don't have any problem with them. The only issue I ever had so far with wind control was when I got my left EFS and my right EFS units from my FCU. The left EFS unit had broken switches on the ADF voice selectors. The captain side, the first officer side was fine, but the captain side had broken switches. They sent me a diagram and instructions on how to replace it. They sent me 2 replacement switches. They said it won't void your warranty, just follow these steps and you'll be right. And I did that all on a YouTube video about how to change them, how to fix it. I was hesitant at first, but it was an easy process, easy fix, and yeah, it was much easier than waiting for a replacement and sending one back. So they sent me out 2 replacement switches within a matter of a couple of days, so that was good. Didn't cost me a thing. So yeah, I can't fault them. People say, oh, it's only cheap Chinese stuff. It's better than the Rosefly stuff, because ABS starters, it's injection molded, and they take the time to develop it. This is why everybody's going off about wind control, saying, oh, they take too long, they're so slow, they announce a product, never release it. They announce the product so that you know what they're working on, and that they will bring it to market. Eventually, even if it takes a year, eventually, because everyone wants it. Everyone wants it. So many people. I look at the nose wheel steering killer. I've pre-ordered mine. I can't wait to get it. But I can steer quite happily with my joystick, my Ursa Minor joystick. The Ursa Minor joystick for starters is way better than the Thrustmaster. So much better. But yeah, I personally can't fault them. The customer service has always been good. When I have a problem, I contact them. They get back to me very quickly. They sort it out. But they take the time to develop the product. Your throttle had a loose screw on the left throttle that would tighten and replace with no see here. And I've seen photos on Facebook of people that have cracks in the spoiler arm, cracked, or the spoiler arm's broken, or the throttles are broken. I'm like, how hard do you treat this stuff? The parking brake lever's broken. I haven't had a single issue, touch wood, I haven't had a single issue with the throttle unit, especially cracking or anything like that. But I'm not, over tight on my things. I don't use the
Jetstar 837. Contact Brisbane Central on 119.55.
Yeah.
Contacting Brisbane Centre on 119.55 Jetstar 837.
And the thing about their tiller, and the reason I'm happy to wait, is it's got that adjustment that makes it more realistic. All the other tillers on the market, they snap back into place. And I saw the videos on the wind control tiller. First thing I said was, and I noticed, that little tensioner, the tighten things and loosen it, so you've got that resistance, which makes it much more realistic. And I've had real pilots done videos on YouTube that said it's so much more realistic. Not sure about the base design though for home cockpit, the square bolt that it is, but for the actual mechanic side, yeah, and it's a metal handle, not a plastic handle like all the others on the market. So, yeah, I'm happy to wait. I'm happy to wait for it. You know, I've got 2 MCDUs, 2 RMPs, I'll get 2 audio panels. Can't wait for the audio panels. That's the one that I'm waiting for. As much as I've got the one with the rose fire, unfortunately the audio panel really lets it down because you can't tell when the channel's on. You can't, there's no call lights up or anything like that. So the audio panel works in the rose fire, but you can't tell when the channel's on or off or whatever. So I'm waiting desperately for the wing one. Should be out this month. But I definitely will be getting the wing control overhead panel. Definitely $350 US. You can't beat that. You cannot beat that. That is just too bloody good. But yes, the tiller, that's fine. I'll add it. But I do like the S&M joystick. But if you treat stuff with care, you know, it's cheap enough that even if worst comes to worst, it's cheap enough that you can always buy another one and replace it. It's not like it's thousands of bloody dollars. But anyway. So we're getting close. Where are we? 56. Alright, 56%. So they should be. Still don't have Melbourne Centre. I think that you're too close to the mic with nothing. Oh, sorry. It's probably just the way I sound. Probably just the way I talk. That's all good. No problem at all. We got Melbourne set up, but I don't know if he's going to call me or not. He might. We'll see what happens, because if he tends to contact me and say intentions should switch over to him. So we'll see what happens. Oh. Plus, I got to get to work shortly, and I'm already behind schedule, but I'm also pretty tired. I'm thinking, what am I going to have for dinner tonight? Got to get out there and get something. Anyway, I hope it's better down in Geelong than what it is up here on the Gold Coast, mate. You know, actually the crime rate down there is, in Victoria, is just as bad as up here, really. Gate 23 Brizzy is my go-to. Gate 23 Brizzy. Gate 30 is mine. But that's alright. Actually, Say Intentions has got me going to... It hasn't said yet. Usually it tells you what gate you're going to. It hasn't told me yet. I haven't been assigned one yet. We'll see what happens. What was I going to look at? I definitely got to get to work tonight. Anyway. Do this landing, and then I'm going to have to pull it in on arm. Do it meantime. We need to get information. If somebody can do it, actually, Astro, can you type in the chat !METAR, METAR, space, arrival, push enter. I want to see if that works, and that'll give up the arrival information. So, !METAR, METAR, space, arrival, and push enter for me. Could you do that? I'd do it myself if I could sign into the chat, but I can't. Stop flashing on me. My AGP keeps flashing on me, it's a worry. The clock is frozen on my AGP. Dang. Dang, 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 dang. The AGP seems to be like problems with that sometimes. So definitely always have trouble with the AGP from time to time. It's like it must draw a lot of power. Geelong is pretty good, except it's a big flux of new homeowners. Oh, yeah. Exclamation meter, METAR, space, arrival. Enter. Government centres just offline. So they've got no VATSIM controls. That's fine. Damn, this AGP just keeps flashing away. Yeah, sorry. So, the first part, and then space after that, and the word arrival. So, exclamation, letter, space, arrival, then enter. That's what I was after. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has illuminated the fasten seatbelt sign. We kindly ask that you return to your seats and secure your seatbelts. Thank you for your cooperation.
Yeah, thanks mate, that's what I needed. I thought it was just easier to do that way. So what have we got? 1021. In there, 040, 300. Damn, just keeps on flashing. one right. Some issues here. I just changed the USB port on my AGP because it was flashing too much. I think there's too much power being drawn off that USB hub. Yeah, I use that as well sometimes. Pretty cool. Pretty damn cool.
Brisbane Centre, Jetstar 837, good afternoon. Descending flight level 240.
Jetstar 837, Brisbane Centre, identify, Audi. Jetstar 837, descend via smoke 2 Mike to 4000 for the ILS runway 1 right approach into Brisbane, QNH 1021.
Descend via smoke 2 Mike to 4000 for the ILS runway 1 right approach into Brisbane, QNH 1021, Jetstar 837.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has instructed that the cabin be prepared for our arrival. For the safety of yourself and everyone else on board, all electronic devices including laptops must now be stowed. You must now stow your tray tables, lower your armrests, ensure your seat back is upright, your window shade is open, and finally that your seatbelt is securely fastened. If you are traveling with little ones, once again please be mindful of little fingers and toes when stowing equipment.
Jetstar 837, contact Brisbane approach on 119.25.
Contacting Brisbane approach on 119.25, Jetstar 837.
Jetstar 837, contact Brisbane approach on 119.25.
Contacting Brisbane approach on 119.25, Jetstar 837.
Jetstar 837, contact Brisbane approach on 119.25.
Contacting Brisbane approach on 119.25, Jetstar 837.
Should have got more RAM when I had the chance. Should have got more RAM when I had the chance. That's pretty much what I'm talking about. Unbelievable. Back to normal settings. This is what I find. I'm on an S2 controller as well, VATSIM. No worries, you gotta go. No worries at all, mate. You're very, very welcome. I'll definitely be streaming again. I've got to finish this flight and get out to work myself. And have a shower, freshen up. No worries, thanks for coming. Don't forget to shoot me an email. Maybe some photos will fit up. Another wonderful product from Rosefire is the A108 4x3 monitor that picks up stuff in that.
Jetstar 837, contact Brisbane approach on 119.25.
Contacting Brisbane approach on 119.25, Jetstar 837. Ladies and gentlemen, as we begin our final approach into Brisbane, we kindly ask that you turn off all electronic devices and stow them until we have arrived at the gate. Please ensure your tray tables are put away, your seats are in their full upright position, and your seat belts are securely fastened. The weather in Brisbane is currently 19 degrees Celsius, with clear visibility. Our assigned gate is Domestic Terminal Gate 17. Thank you for your cooperation and for flying with Jetstar Airlines.
There we go. Set up for the final gate.
Jetstar 837, turn right heading 160, descend 4000, vectors for the ILS, runway 1 right approach.
Right heading 160, descend 4000, vectors for the ILS runway, 1 right approach, Jetstar 837.
Jetstar 837, descend 3000.
Descending to 3000, Jetstar 837.
Jetstar 837, turn left heading 160.
Turning left, heading 160, Jetstar 837.
Jetstar 837, contact Brisbane, approach on 119.25.
Contacting Brisbane approach on 119.25, Jetstar 837.
Just trying to be friendly. People want to come and watch. Because I'm the old generation. I don't think I've lost my mind. That's what happens when you get old. There we go. 4,900 feet down to 3,000 feet.
Jetstar 837, contact Brisbane approach on 119.25.
Contacting Brisbane approach on 119.25, Jetstar 837.
Jetstar 837, turn left heading 060, descend 1230.
Left heading 060, descend 1230, Jetstar 837.
Jetstar 837, 4 miles from GoGex. Maintain heading 060, descend 1230 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 1 right approach.
Maintain heading 060, descend 1230 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 1 right approach, Jetstar 837.
Jetstar 837, contact Brisbane Tower on 118.0.
Contacting Brisbane Tower on 118.0, Jetstar 837.
Flight slow. 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 sink. Don't 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 sink. Sink. Don't 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 sink.
100.
Don't sink.
Sorry guys, I noticed the sound went again. Very, very much of a pain in the ass when the sound. Okay, I don't know what's going on with the sound. I think it's got to do with the Go XLR now, the USB ports. I'm going to have to look into that. I think we've got too much USB ports and it keeps chopping the sound off on me. So I do apologise about that, guys. It's something I'm just going to have to look into. And the landing was a little bit hard because I couldn't hear anything. I couldn't hear anything for myself. You couldn't hear anything. I couldn't hear anything. So yes, unfortunate. Oh, anyway, up here through Charlie 1. Oh, somewhere like that. Yeah, I don't know why. I think my USB ports are just losing too much power. There's maybe just too much on them. I got external hard drives on them as well, so that could be causing a lot of load on the stuff. So I think I will look at upgrading at the end of the month, but yeah, I have to be careful because I don't have a lot of money. that lens flare stuff. I need to do something about that. We've got to go this way. Where's 17? There it is. I don't think this is the right gate for an A320, but this is where they told me to go. That'll probably do it. Alright, APU's on. Right, parking brakes on. Engines just shut down. Beacon lights off. Super sign off. Fuel pump off. Yeah,
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now parked at the gate. Please make sure to collect all your personal belongings. On behalf of all of us at Jetstar Airlines, thank you for flying with us. Welcome to Brisbane.
Right, GPU in place. Starting to power on. APU off. Right, deboarding is starting. Brakes are hot. And there we are. So we have another flight done. Well, that's going to do it, guys. So thank you for joining me in the stream. I will be back doing another stream. I'll try and sort out some of these issues. Hopefully when I do upgrade my computer, hopefully I can do that at the end of the month, do a few things to upgrade it. Hopefully things will improve, but also I might have to unplug some of this, my external hard drives from the USB. I might be drawing too much from them. So we'll try that and see how we go. But the sound issues can be a problem. I don't normally get them until I started streaming on YouTube, so I don't know, maybe there's something, maybe it's just the Streamlabs streamer. I might have to try again with OBS instead. But anyway, thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in, and have a good one. Stay frosty, and we'll catch you next time. Bye for now.